pay attention to this. This is the rise of the virus. Arizona, Texas, and Florida are all reporting record high single-day increases in COVID-19 cases, surpassing previous records set just a few days ago. The three states all reported their highest new cases numbers yet on Thursday and Friday, worrying public health experts that the outbreaks there are growing out of control. These are on the cusp of getting out of control, former Food and Drug Administration Chief Scott Gottlieb said Thursday on CNBC. I think these states still have a week or two to take action to try to get these under control, he said, describing the rising cases as outbreaks. Arizona reported 3,246 new COVID-19 cases Friday morning, surpassing the record high of 2,519 new cases reported the day before. Texas reported 3,516 new COVID cases Thursday evening, an increase from the previous record high of 3,129, which was reported Wednesday. In Florida, 3,822 new cases were reported Friday, the highest single-day increase for the state, beating a record set Thursday of 3,207 new cases. Governors in those states have largely attributed increases in cases to increases in testing. The public health experts note that the percentage of tests coming back positive is also increasing, a sign of growing outbreak. Governor Ron DeSantis, my mistake, I didn't mean to disrespect him in such a way, acknowledged the increased positivity rate Friday in a news conference, attributing it to discrete outbreaks. As you test more, you find more. There's something basically we believed from the beginning, but he added that the positivity rate is increasing more among young people. I think that we've started to see some erosion in social distancing, probably some of the younger generation, he said. Hospitalizations are also increasing in both Arizona and Texas, another sign of an outbreak. Florida doesn't release information on daily hospitalizations. So Texas has Greg Abbott. Florida's got DeSantis, and Arizona has Doug Ducey. These are all Republican governors. I said before, I don't bootlick for either party. And I've even given credit to, because there are a lot of Republicans in the Senate, for example, who I don't agree with politically, but are still cognizant enough to go out and wear masks when they go and gather within the Senate chamber, because they don't want to infect their colleagues, because they can die due to their advanced stages in the case of a lot of them. So it's really not a partisan issue to take this virus at least seriously enough to try to do some things about it. You had DeSantis just a couple of months ago when this thing started saying something to the effect of, oh, well, we might be able to put kids back in school because for whatever reason, it's not affecting younger people as much. And when you say things like that, or when you point things out like that, it leads to people becoming more careless. It was basically him kind of indirectly saying, hey, you guys might actually be safe, or you have some greater immune system. And, that might be true as far as the survival rates. Younger people who catch it don't die as often as older people who get it, but you're still as susceptible to it as anyone else. You're not Superman. You don't have, this is kryptonite to regular humans. You're one of them. And it's so creepy when you think about these three particular governors and their very lax policies relating to curbing this thing. They didn't want to issue any stay-at-home orders. They don't want to require masks. You can even go further with DeSantis. He declined to close down the beaches. Well, I personally wouldn't go, and that was not something I support. But what you're seeing are people who are in positions of power, who are dealing with something that actually is killing thousands of people and sickening tens of thousands of people across these various states. Texas just surpassed the 100,000 mark. I think it's the fifth or sixth state to achieve that record, and Florida's at 93,000, so it'll probably be there in about maybe 3 or 4 days. But you're seeing people who have never had to deal with an actual crisis showing their ineptitude for leadership, and it's so disturbing, because This isn't about being president. You're a governor of a state where you have a pretty large population. Uh, and all you have to do is just follow the leader. All you have to do is say, oh, what's this other governor doing? All right, stay at home order. It's not hard to get this right. And that's why, I feel so bad for people who live in those particular states, regardless of if they voted for whoever as governor, because leadership does have an effect on the handling of the virus in their particular state. So even if I, as some skeptic said, I don't need to wear a mask, if they make it a law that I have to wear one when I go out in public or when I'm in some big gathering, building with a bunch of people, they can still influence my behavior. They can still do things to address what I'm going about doing that might potentially get other people sick. So more people are going to get infected, more people are going to die, and these governors just don't care no matter how many lives go by.